And so if you don't want to be recorded, then feel free to drop off or turn your camera off. But like I said, we are here today to talk about the updates for our spring professional development opportunities for you. First off, all of you today who responded to my email about the RHA 134 class, thank you. It is full. In fact, it's so full, we actually had to add another section. Looks like we're going to have to add another section. So thank you for that very much. I want to discuss a couple things. First off, let me show the screen over here. Tell me that you can see my slideshow. Well, you can't see it yet because I hadn't clicked share. Tell me you can see my slideshow.
Yep.
All right. I know Brian's here. I saw Brian here earlier. He turned his camera off. Michael, I believe, is here. I don't know if Sylvia is here. I don't see Sylvia. Holly is here, so Holly is here. And then some of you may have heard, some of you have not, but Constance was here a minute ago. I saw her. Constance Bowen will be joining our team as of January 23rd as an instructor trainer on our ITC, ASC ITC staff. So we're very glad to have her coming aboard to help. We train a lot of Navy classes, and we will be having her do those classes and other things. So you'll see her as part of the team when we get to NCCIA in March 7th. But what I want to do is talk a little bit about what we have still available for you. Now, first off, all of our ITC classes are free this spring. So CCNA 1 through 3, DevNet, CyberOps, CCNP Encore, they're all free this spring. If you have not already registered, I have about 106 people who've already contacted me and are on the list to be registered. Some of you, most of them have already been registered. In fact, we've got 99 of them registered in various courses. But if for some reason you have not signed up for the instructor trainer class that you want, starting February 8th, it is imperative that you get in touch with me and tell me, hey, Kelly, I want to take a class. I'll get you in the list and we'll get you signed up to take it. Now, remember, this is open to you as instructors. It's open to your adjuncts, and it is also open to if you have a member of your IT staff that say supports your academy, or let's be honest, if we need to kind of build the relationship between you and your IT staff on campus, one of the things we have here is a great relationship. Now, number one, we train 90% of them that work down there, so that's an advantage. I can look at them and say, look, I told you what you're doing, so don't talk smack to me. But the other thing is, if we need to build those relationships, then feel free to identify some folks in your IT department to take some of these courses. Now, these are instructor classes, so be aware, but still, they are welcome to take our ITC classes starting February 8th, running through May 3rd. Those courses, if you're not already signed up, again, are available. We have space. We have filled an entire CCNA 1. We've started a second CCNA 1. Not a problem. Kirby Simerson's on here too. Kirby teaches an adjunct with us through ITC. He's an ITQ qualified instructor. It's actually kind of interesting because Stanley will now be one of the only instructor training centers that I know of that has 4 on-staff instructor trainer qualified instructors. And then of course, Kirby is an adjunct. We can't get him to leave where he's at. So we keep trying, but we'll see. I did say I was limiting it to a single class. Now, the reason I do that typically is this. Y'all know how much work these classes are. If you're signed up in CCNA 1, you really don't need to take 1 and 2 at the same time, unless you have a reduced load, or for some reason you're getting some other way that you're not going to have to work at work to do all those. I will say this though, if you're signed up for 2 and you want to take 3 at the same time, I will allow that. You just have to let me know. I really don't like having people do all 3. One of the problems I've found with giving away free classes is sometimes people treat them as free classes and they take too many and they get overwhelmed. So unless you know you've got some time, make sure you take just 1 class at a time. But if you feel like you can do 2, I will get you in 2. Our presidential grant does go away at the end of this semester, so I don't know if I'm going to have any free classes in the summer at all. If I can, I will. Folks, I've given away free classes last summer. I gave away free classes in the spring or in the fall. I'm trying to give away free classes here. But I can't guarantee I'll have them in the summer, but we will try our best to give some away. Our instructor training center in ASC is always here to try to make your academy better. And that's what we try to do. So ITC classes, instructor training center classes. Any questions about those? How many of you are signed up already? I can do a quick Control F and find out if you want me to look. But like I said, if you're not signed up for any and you want to take a class, email me and let me know. Okay. Just say, email it, say ITC class, tell me the class you want. I'll get you on the list. Okay. Mark, did you have a question?
Yes, sir. I got a question about the Python class.
Yes, sir.
Want to know if I'm registered for it, if that's one of these classes you're talking about here, or is it in a different category?
Okay. It's in a different category. I'm going to talk about that in just a second, Mark.
Okay, thank you.
We'll talk about the other classes because we are giving away for the first time ever free classes in our online IT academy. Okay. So let me look over here, Mark, and see if you're in this. See if I've got you in this. Yep, I got you signed up. You should be actually starting your Python class tomorrow.
Okay, I haven't received any type of information how to get into it at all.
Okay. Let me do this. Let me send a quick email to the instructor and I will say, hey, send something to this person. You will probably get it in the morning. First thing, classes start normally at 9 a.m. So the email typically goes out early in the morning. Python.
And this class is online though, right? There's not any
Yes, sir.
sessions. Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good. Thank you.
And same thing, Kelly, with the AWS class that's supposed to start on the 12th. I haven't seen anything yet.
Okay, you should get an email from Terry then.
Terry.
Let's do this. If y'all don't get, I just sent one for you, Mark, but if you don't get one by noon tomorrow, Neil, let me know and I'll get you in touch with Terry and make sure it's all.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you should, if you don't get it till late this afternoon or later this afternoon, you should get it first thing in the morning. If you don't, email me and I will get in touch with the correct instructor because I've got a list of all of you in these classes. Okay.
Yeah, thank
So
you.
let's switch gears on that. Now, here's one of the problems. I can't get you in any classes starting tomorrow. Okay. So if you haven't signed up for an IT Academy class, many of you are in AWS Foundation, some of you are in Red Hat 124, some of you are in ICM, VMware ICM 1.7, but I can't get you in anything at this point for tomorrow. Sorry, it's just we can't do it. Now, the Red Hat class today was a special thing that we kind of went nuts on. Well, I got 12 things in the chat. Brian, can you look at the class? Okay. Everybody that's in a class tomorrow, like I said, if you don't get information, we'll get you info. John, you're interested in AWS class? Okay, what I'll do is I can put you in for taking AWS second 8 weeks if you'll email me that, John. But what we're going to do is we have one more section of IT Academy classes coming up starting 3:16 through 5:3. Now, this is not instructor training. This is a typical class that just goes through the materials. These are the classes that are available. Realize if typically with the AWS, you need to take foundations before you take architecting. So you'll take that class first and then do the other. The PAN 10 though, you could just take it. I mean, you don't need any prerequisite other than I would say you got to know networking to take the PAN 10 because it is firewalls. You may want to take VMware install, configure, manage version 7. Now it is possible. I'm not going to promise you, but it's possible we'll actually have ICM version 8 second 8 weeks. We are working on it. And if we do, anybody that signed up for ICM version 7 will probably move you into the version 8 because you'd want the version 8. But we are working to try to get that out. But these are not instructor level courses. These are just student level courses and they are available for you. So we got one more section coming up right here. And I'll be honest with you, I've got about 250 slots still available in classes in the spring. So between the ITC classes and IT Academy. So we've got room if you're interested. I'm going to make one other item available to you. Now, remember, this is only for the second 8 weeks. So it would only apply to classes like if you want to do foundations, you do foundations, or you do install, configure, manage. Now, there may be some of you who already have ICM level knowledge and would want to take ONS. I would allow that. Just let me know. But these classes are typically $195.50 a piece. I'm going to make, since I've got these slots and I lose this money if I don't use it, we're going to open this up. You as an instructor qualify. Your support staff qualifies. And I'm going to tell you, if you have any good students that you want to recommend that will take these classes and take them seriously, they're online, they're typically asynchronous, they run for 8 weeks. If you have good students at your school that you think would benefit from any of these classes, I'm going to open it up to students at your schools. All right. So now, but here's the thing. Kelly has a full-time job. Kelly can't take 500,000 emails from all of your students. What I would like for you to do is I would like, if you want your students and they're interested in any of these courses right here, I'm going to send this out, by the way, we're recording, make a spreadsheet with these courses in it. All right. And send me their name, their email address, and what course they want. All of these courses are $200 a piece. We're going to give them to your students for free. So
Also, this would be through Con Ed. So
this is through
not-
Con Ed, right? It's not a curriculum class.
curriculum.
They're not curriculum at all. They're not going to get credit for them. This is just an opportunity for your students who you may know, and folks, not just your students. If you've got family members who are wanting to get into IT, or people that you know wanting to get into IT, and they need this, let them know about it. We're going to be pretty lenient on it. I don't want to lose this money. I want to spend this money and help people. Okay, that's my goal. It's stupid to let the money go back when we can spend it and help people.
And also, on top of that, Kelly, if you got students that have already graduated that are needing some updates, this would be a
Yep.
great opportunity because it is
Yep.
up-to-date information.
Yep. So alumni, your current students, feel free to do that. But like I said, please get the list together and send it to me it's okay if you end up with 2 emails, 3 emails, but as long as it's like not just every other student I get an email from. I get probably 200 emails a day as it is. If I get another 300, I'm actually eligible for retirement. So y'all don't want me just to pull the handles. I may just decide the ship's going down and yank the handles. No, I'm kidding.
Killing me, man. Killing us.
So, but that's the new thing and why I wanted to do this update. 2 reasons. One, we still have room in our instructor level classes. Get the word out. I'm amazed at the number of people, even though I did this last spring or last fall, who don't know we're giving away free classes. We've got free instructor level classes. Get in them. Okay. And then we've got free Con Ed classes for you, your students, and your staff, your IT staff there. All right. For the second 8 weeks, which will be 3/16 through 5/3. All right. Now, again, that's who qualifies. Please make me an email or a list that you have. And 3/16/5/3. That's our dates, 3/16 to 5/3. These are all online classes. They are fully online and they are available. John, I'll go ahead and put your name down for the AWS foundations. All right. Are there any questions? Any
Don't
questions?
retire. Don't retire.
Yeah, I know. No, everybody's wanting me to stay around. I'm trying to make a decision myself. So
Higher
got-
percentage of dementia. The report came out yesterday. that
really,
Those who
well,
retire,
that is
higher
something my wife
percentage.
says. Yeah, my wife says that you've got to, if I do retire, I have to stay engaged and keep my mind going, which I do agree. I do agree with that. That's interesting, John. If you find that report, send it to me because my wife would like to see that too.
I will. And it came out, I think yesterday. It was a very deep study of retirement in Scotland.
Oh, wow. Well, I have definitely noticed my in-laws when they retired that their mental faculties have decreased. I mean, to be honest, just because they're not engaged. Yeah, I like Clint's here. Sorry, but I didn't introduce Clint Abrams is here. He's our BDM. Clint says, doesn't duck hunting engage your mind? Definitely. That's why I'm going to Louisiana this weekend to engage my mind. So
Kelly, you can't retire until I retire. And everybody says I'll never retire.
I said, I know you're not going to retire at all, Dwight. Come on now. You've been here.
So I'm
almost
putting
long
you on
time.
the same contract I'm on.
Yeah, that's funny. So are there any questions? That's really all I wanted to do. I kind of just pulled a little bit out of this to show, but there's the classes themselves that are going to be available to you and your students and your IT staff. Remember, we're willing to help train your IT staff too. Here's what I want you to do though. Make sure your all the folks there at your schools know that $600 support fee you paid to Stanley. If 7 of your people go to classes, make sure they're getting their money's worth. Because we try to do that. I will also mention, I took the slide off of here, but don't forget we do have on March 7th, our Stanley Community College Academy Sports Center meeting at Forsyth Community College right before the beginning of the NCCIA. And we are actually working on a special training opportunity there also. So I can't completely tell you what it's about, but there may be an opportunity there at the actual event for you to get network security training for free, which is the network security class. But just be aware of that. Okay, Larry, if you will, please send me an email with that, and we'll try to get you signed up for those. Okay. I know CCNP Encore has some slots in it because I'm teaching that class.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. No problem at all. And we can get you in that ICM second 8 weeks, no problem. You just send me an email on that and we'll get it done.
Will do.
All righty. All right, everybody. So again, if you want to take classes yourself, send me an email directly. I don't mind emails from y'all. Obviously, I get them all the time from you. But if your students are going to take these courses, please get me a list of them together. I will say this is the fine print. When the money's gone, the money's gone. All right. Once it's spent, it's spent. So when I fill all the slots, I'm going to do everything I can to get everybody that wants a class in it. But if when the money's gone, it's gone. So yeah, Bob, you've already done. You're kind of looking at me the same way. I'm thinking about dropping out, retiring, and then coming back so that I don't leave that pension money on the table or let the state keep holding it. So, Bob, you and I need to talk. I need some information on all that. So, but like I said, please realize we don't have unlimited funding, but we got a good number of slots. So I'm hoping we can help everybody that needs it. But if once we've used that last 260th slot, we're out. That can't help it. That's all we've got. So, any other questions? Well, everyone, like I said, it's a very short meeting today. I didn't plan on having very long at all. I just want to get together and remind you that free classes that we have, they're available for you. We are hoping that all of you can take advantage of them. We can't thank you enough for everything that you do and all that you do for your students. Kind of talking with Constance to try to convince her to come to work for us. One of the things, I don't teach in the classroom anymore, so I don't interact directly with students, which is in some ways detrimental, because it's funny, I see my students from 5, 10, 8 years ago when I was in the classroom and talk to them. But then I also realize that every one of you that I teach, and then you go teach 10 students, I'm expanding the reach. And I had a really interesting thing happen this summer that I'll mention to you, which was really cool for me. I went to Cisco Live. I'm standing in the Cisco booth talking to someone. I may have already told y'all this, but I'm getting old, so I tell the same stories multiple times. But I'm standing in the Cisco booth talking to a young lady, and I said, well, where are you from? I kind of tell from her accent she was from the South. She said, well, I'm from North Carolina. I said, really? I said, where'd you go to school? She said, well, I went to ECU. And her instructor, Steve Baker, was a gentleman who I trained years ago. And then he trained her, and now she graduated from ECU, East Carolina University, and works for Cisco. And so I was just like, man, talk about a small world. Here I am in Las Vegas talking to somebody at a trade convention who was trained by somebody that I trained. And so it's just neat to see that the kind of involvement that we can have as we continue to train folks. So really appreciate all you do and appreciate what you do for the academy, and anything that we can do for you. Be in touch with me, be in touch with Michael, be in touch with Brian. Our team is here, and Constance will eventually be here in about a month. Our team's here to help any way we can, and we'll do what we can. Any other questions before I stop the recording?
Constance looks scared.
Do it, yeah. Yeah, she doesn't know what she's gotten into.
He has no idea.
Nah, it's fine.
All right, I'm gonna stop.